There are three big areas you have to keep mobile as a runner. Number one, hip extension. Number two, ankle dorsiflexion. And number three, great toe extension. I'm here to talk about the hips today. When your hip goes back, it should be about 30 degrees. I'll show you how to do a self-test at home to know if your hips are tight. You go to the edge of your bed, you're gonna pull in this knee, and if your hips are tight, your leg is gonna pop up off the bed, and the knee might be pretty straight. A normal test, which mine is not, is when the leg is perfectly parallel and the lower leg is perpendicular to the ground at 90 degrees. So there's three different reasons your hip can be limited. Number one, fascial restrictions, which is the connective tissue that lines all your muscles. Number two, the muscle can be short itself, in this case the hip flexors. And number three, the joint can be tight. So stay with me, I'll show you how to do all three. For the fascia, we're gonna use this lacrosse ball. We're gonna put it right into the deepest hip flexor. You find the bone here and go just inside. And you're gonna lie down on it. It's not comfortable. And use a pin and stretch strategy here to really mobilize the fascia around the top part of the hip flexor. The hip flexor stretch is typically done a little bit wrong, so I'm going to show you some tips on how to do it right. If you grab a stick, a pole, anything you can press down into the floor with, it'll engage your abs, so you can put those hip flexors nice and tight, squeeze the glute back here, come forward until you feel stretch in the front of the hip right here, and you're going to hold it for 1 minute. You really need to hold it for 1 minute to really gain length out of that hip flexor. All you need is a strong band, anchor it down to something that doesn't move, slide it in as far up as you can go. Use that same hip flexor stretch position, abs tight, glutes squeeze forward, and you'll feel an even bigger stretch in the front